All right, let's talk about the home practice sheets that come home twice a week. I will explain what each one of these activities, what they are and how to do it. So at the top here, you have the new concept and sample words. You can see the pattern they're working on for this week is CK, and then there's a list of words that each use that CK pattern. It's not about memorizing these words. It's about understanding how the CK is used in words correctly. So you'll want your students to read these words aloud to you, like sound it out, b-a-k, and they have to understand that CK makes one k sound in this lesson. Then, once they are done with that, they can move on to the new irregular words. So in the past, you might have heard these called sight words, or they might call them heart words. It's all the words in our English language that don't follow the rules. So where there's a heart underneath the letters, those are the letters that do not fit the patterns that they know. So these words down here are for memorizing, because they just have to know that D-O-E-S spells does. That S-A-Y-S says. So that's what they have to know. That's what they have to memorize for that lesson. And then over here we have the word work chains. So there are two different ones. And the way it works, you don't have to do this anywhere specific. You can do this on this sheet that's coming home with you. There are some word work mats that you can look up online that are really fun to play with. But you don't have to use that. You can also use a dry erase board and marker. You can just take an old piece of paper. You could write it on the back of here if you had nothing else. It doesn't have to be somewhere specific. It doesn't have to be something fancy. It's just practicing with the words, flipping back and forth between reading it, writing it, reading it, writing. That's decoding and encoding. That's what we're always trying to have our students do, because that's how they become confident in that vowel skill. So it even has a script right here on the bottom. So you just follow the script and it tells you what to do. So number 1 says make the word rock. So your student will write the word rock. Then you will tell them to change the R to an S. So in doing that, they've created a new word and they're going to read that word to you. They're going to sound out sock. Then you're going to ask them to change sock to lock. So then they have to figure out that the S needs to be changed to an L. And then the last one is add a B to the beginning. So by adding a B, they create a new word, and then they have to sound that word out, block. And all of those words are right there at the top. It says rock, sock, lock, block. And so then you would just do the same thing for the next one. Lick, pick, sick, stick. And you would just replace those words in this script. And that you will start to see them become more comfortable with that word pattern and sounding it out, and then also using it to spell. So, and you saw how fast I just did that first one. There's just 2 of those. And then the last one at the bottom is sentences. So we're building our students from the sound by itself to in words to in sentences. So you can read them first. Does it lock? He says to get a stick. And then you can also have them write it. You can dictate the sentence to them and have them spell does it lock, and they should write each word down. And then you can see, do they have the spelling on that irregular word? Do they know when they're using it in a sentence to still put that CK at the end of lock? And also, do they understand punctuating a sentence? Can they add a period? Can they add a question mark? Things like that. So there's a lot that you can cover in those 10 or 15 minutes with this little word practice sheet. So hopefully you're more comfortable with that when you get them now, when you know how to use it.